fucking nerd!
For years, the Super Itachi, also known as Perfection, the Natural Selection, was just another loud Dragon Ball creator in a very loud corner of the internet. But lately, something changed. The energy around his name shifted from that guy with strong opinions to why is everyone talking about him like this? And once you start digging it, it becomes pretty clear. This did not happen out of nowhere. So first, let us be fair about one thing. The Super Itachi is not a random nobody. He has been around for years, but the dedicated audience that made a name for himself mostly for Dragon Ball discussions, reviews, theories, and gaming content. That kind of long-term presence means people are not just watching the content anymore. They're also watching the creator's attitude, his consistency, and how he treats other people online. And this is where the problem begins. Because when a creator starts become no less for insight and more for constant conflict, people stop seeing them as a commentator and start seeing them as a source of trauma. A lot of the hate does not come for one single moment. It comes from a pattern. Over time, the public image of the Super Itachi became tied to aggressive takes, heavily negativity, and that feeling that he was always ready to turn a discussion into battle. When your brand becomes I'm always right and everyone else is wrong, you might get attention, but it also create enemies fast. That is the internet rule. You can be controversial for a while. Every video feels like another war declaration. Eventually, people stop listening to your arguments and start reacting to your personality. And once that happens, even your normal opinions start getting ignored because your reputation is already doing the talking. Another reason the backlash grew is the public accusations and claims starting following his name around. There have been online posts and a petition accusing him of harassment and slander, and whatever every claim is fair or not.
They always reach for philosophy when power exposes them. As if the fear of perfection validates their failure.
The damage to public perception is real. Once a creator gets linked to that kind of discourse, the audience splits immediately. Some defend him, some attack him, or some just leave entirely. That is the part people underestimate. It is not just about what if the allegations are proven in some courtroom sense. It is about what happens socially. The second a creator becomes the guy with dramas, every new clip gets viewed through suspicion, every joke around sounds harsher, every criticism sounds personal, every response sounds defensive. And from the point on, the audience is no longer judging the content in a vacuum. They're judging the baggage attached to it. Then there is the fan reaction. This is usually the final stage! At first, fans defend the creator because they like the style, the humor, or the niche expertise. But if the same problem keeps repeating, the audience starts to fracture. Some people stay loyal no matter what. some people become critics. Some people who used to like the channel become the loudest haters because they feel like they're watching the decline happen in real time. That is often why the backlash fails sudden. It is not actually sudden. It is just the first time the criticism becomes too loud to ignore. The Super Itachi's case, the conversation around him has currently included frustration from people who feel he's too negative, too combative, or too willing to burn bridge over internet opinion. Even a fan discussion about his views on Sparking Zero framed him as someone who repeatedly pushed negative takes, which helps explain why the backlash keeps growing. So why does everyone suddenly hate the Super Itachi? Because the internet does not usually hate people for one reason. It hates them for accumulation, controversial reputation, repeated conflict, public accusations, a fanbase that slowly gets tired, and a content style that over time gets started feeling less like commentary and more like constant hostility. And that is the formula. At some point, people stop asking, is he right? And start asking, why does he always have to be a fight? And that is why the hate feels so intense now. Not because one clip exploded, not because that one comment went viral, but because the name Super Itachi now carries the whole story of controversy, criticism, and unresolved tensions. Unlike on Xenoverse 2, Sparking Zero, and Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, at that point, the audience is not reacting to one video anymore. They react to the entire legacy. So if you enjoyed this commentary, like and subscribe for more content like this. And